Welcome to the Soul Happy Success Show. Coach Rebecca here, and today we're talking all about how to overcome self-doubt in sales from someone that went from charging $47 and crying herself to sleep to someone who can charge $6,000 for a coaching program. I feel like it might be worth listening to. It's your choice. But if you do choose to stay, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss any more greatness and so that you can be informed when I release these shows. So let's talk about first where it all began, because I'm going to give you 3 shifts today that I made to get me from A to B. But I think that you have to understand where this comes from, because it doesn't come from theory or a book. It comes from real lived experience. So I had done sales for a large part of my life. I had done sales for a call center, I'd done furniture sales, I had done sales for Lush Cosmetics, and I kind of had a lot of fun with those roles. But it's very different when you then transition into, oh, this is a part of my livelihood. So when I first started coaching and I left my job, I was scooped up by the coach that I had at the time. And it was one of the greatest gifts in my life. And essentially what happened is that I was employed as a coach, but then our sales team weren't really performing as well as they could have been. So there was a little bit of a dynamic shift in the squad, and essentially I was given a role that included sales. So I was cold calling and offering event tickets for $47 to get as many people to the event as we could, because then you get the kickback when you then start to coach those people. So I was not excited about it, but I was like pretending I was being excited about it. I was really in a stage of fake it till you make it, which I don't believe is the best tact now. However, at the time I was like, I'm just going to say like, I got it, coach, and I'm going to go away and do it. And sometimes, that attitude really does help. But in this particular scenario, I remember it was my first day of cold calling people. So I had my list, I had my Just Call app, and I was calling people. I called 10 people because I'm aware that if you pitch 10, you'll close 1. And I was like, if I can make $47 today, it's a good day. So I called 10 people and no one picks up. And I can't even make the 11th call because I am blubbering. I am like, this is never going to work. I can't do it. No one's going to buy. I should never have got this role. So I go to bed and I cry myself to sleep in my little single bed in the spare room of my friend's house that was like a little bit damp. So it wasn't only cold, it was a little bit wet. And it just was not like life living the dream. So I understand if you've ever felt that way where you're just like, I don't think they're going to buy. I can't charge this much. I am the sleazy salesperson. Like me and the dad from Matilda are kindred spirits. Then this is for you, because the first shift I had to make was I had to start speaking greatness over sales. Greatness. Because whatever you speak hate over, you will kill it. AKA, you will kill the sale if you speak hatred over it. And hatred, I know, is a very strong word, but is anything negative that you want to say, like, no one will buy, I can't charge that much, it's sleazy, it's not for me, I'm not a salesperson, I don't like sales. All of those things that you're speaking over the sale and the sales process are filtering in to your capacity to make money through sales. So I had to start speaking greatness. I had to start seeing transaction as transformation, sales as service. They were just little ones I picked up on, but I just stopped saying. I stopped saying that it was bad. I stopped saying that I couldn't do it. I started saying, I can just do one more. Maybe the next one. I can do one more. It was very much Ed Mylett, The Power of One More personality trait came out and developed, and it was just one more. I can do this. Speak greatness. Speak over it as if you love it, because then, interestingly, we're 2 years later and I love talking about sales. I delivered a whole sales program because I loved it so much. Oh my goodness, we speak so much greatness in my mastermind over sales. Women are making money. It feels good. So the first shift is to speak greatness. And the second shift, because sometimes we don't know how to speak greatness over something because it's not been modeled for us. So shift number 2 is, while I was changing my language actively, consciously, I started to fill my world with people who were also doing it, who were doing sales and who were doing it well and speaking over it with greatness. I also, a lot of my friends are, not a lot now, actually, if I was to really tally it up, but a lot of the people that I spend most time with are literally in their 70s. I love hanging out with old people. I think they're the best. They have the most amazing awareness, confidence. I am all about that. And a lot of them are particularly affluent. So I'm very fortunate that I have now filled my world with people who have got millions of dollars in the bank and are interested in your growth instead of pulling you down. And I know that's not the truth for every person that has millions of dollars. However, I'm just giving you my experience. I was filling my world with people that were doing it and listening to how they spoke over money. And trust me, my friends that have the most money speak over money with such a reverence. Like it's almost like a freaking song. It's poetic how they speak over money. They speak over money with complete greatness. They pay for things in cash. It's just a gift to be around them and be around that money energy. And they say that your friend group is within 20% of your income. So I'm like, I would like to be within 20% of millionaires. Thank you very much. So filling your world with people who are doing it. I understand that I come from a privileged background and a privileged life, that I have that now. I didn't always, it wasn't modeled for me growing up. I didn't have a bunch of millionaires in my family or anything like that. But I'm very fortunate now that I'm able to surround myself with that because I live in America and I have a lot more access. And that's very fortunate for me. But you don't need to have them in real life. Like they don't have to be the people that you go to coffee with. They can equally be the people that you're following online, not to compare yourself. Oh, look, she got another sale. She's so good at sales. Not to compare yourself. Okay. The typical like social media scroll of like judgment and comparison that we've spoken about before. So we need not go into it. But to see it's possible, to listen to their language. What are they saying about their sales process? What are they saying? How are they speaking to you about it? Are they saying that sales is the best thing in the world? Are they? Because that's how you want to feel about sales. Because in everything, you've got a 50-50 chance of it working. In anything. So why not err on the side of it could be great? And the third shift really came from, yes, we can speak the greatness, we can hear the greatness, and that's where a lot of people stop. But you must increase your sales skills. Your sales skills are absolutely fundamental. It is not your worthiness. It is your skill set that is holding you back. Quite typically, we think, I am not worthy. That's why I can't charge the money. Not realizing that you're inherently priceless. You don't have a worth as a human being. Maybe your coaching service package has a worth, but that's not your worth. So we need to separate the two, your self-worth from your business, and realize that you just need to increase the skill that you have in selling, learning the psychology behind sales, getting yourself a sales script, highly recommend, investing in a coach that speaks about sales as if they're easy, as if they are so easy with either your time or your money. You can invest your energy. You can go to YouTube University, which is just YouTube, and you can Google people that are great at sales and you can be in that energy, but you want to learn. This is a place of learning. You're going to learn, you're going to try something, you're going to fail sometimes. There have been some things that I've done that I've picked up from coaches where someone is like caught on and they're like, no, I know what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure this is what we're here for, but okay. And there have been other times where people are just so grateful and they're like not even asking. My last sales call, interestingly, did not even ask the price. She just said, I'm signing up. Where do I send money? And I was like, do you want to know how much money it is? She was like, whatever money. I was like, okay, got it. And I did not increase my prices on the spot, which I totally could have done, but I'm a really honest person and I don't want to think that that's okay, which it's not, but I totally could have. And literally any money. So it's such a gift when you just speak such greatness over things, where other people are speaking greatness over things. And when you have the skills to back up what you're saying on the back end, then you can start to overcome that self-doubt in sales, because you know that it's not anything to do with you. And this is like the key perspective of all of this, is that your worthiness is not correlational to how much money you make. It's not about your worthiness. It's about your skill set. It's about how often are you willing to show up? How often are you going to try it out? What are you speaking over yourself about it? It's not your worthiness. Detach the two. So, power question for today, because we love to have a power question, is what do you regularly speak over yourself about sales and money? Go deeper. Go deeper, because everyone's got some money shit. Go deeper. What do you regularly speak over yourself? Because if you're regularly speaking over yourself that things are expensive, it's too hard, we're in a recession, no one will buy, that's exactly what you're going to experience. And it's not to say that if you start saying everyone buys, that every single person is going to buy, but I bet more will than when you're telling yourself that no one would. So what are you regularly speaking over yourself about sales, so you can start to change that language, and so you can start to disconnect. You are not the sale. Buy or don't buy, I am good, is something that I got from my first coach that I have taken to all of my clients. Whether you make the sale or not, it doesn't mean you're a good person or a bad person. It just means you have a little more money or you don't. It's not about your worth. It's just about what's in your bank account, which are completely separate things. So I hope this has helped you today. As always, I'll be over here believing in you, and I'll see you next week.